Yo guys, what's up? Today at B Sports Analysis, we are going to be filming a video about the Week 16, my predictions on how good Week 16 is going to be. Now, here we go. First game is, hold on a minute, I've got all the games here on my trusty little phone. And Saints versus the Vikings. Honestly, this game, it's all about, can Dalvin Cook carry this entire team? Dalvin Cook, in my opinion, is the entire offense. The entire offense needs more than just Dalvin Cook. Because if Kirk Cousins has an off game like he usually does, if he can't get that ball off to if he can't get the ball off to a guy like Jefferson, then their entire offense is just relying on that one run game. And us Saints games, their defensive line is insane. It ate the Chiefs up. It ate the Chiefs up alive in last week's game, and that's the thing that I'm very scared about is that one. So yeah, in my opinion, it's definitely going to be the Saints because you can't tell me otherwise. Saints going to win that one all day. Now the next game, this one is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Detroit Lions. Okay. Detroit, they suck because they always have sucked. Bucks, honestly, I hate the fact that they're still in the playoff contention race because we both know the Falcons should have won that game with Tom Brady's just reffing that screwed up that game. And yeah, honestly, in my opinion, the Bucks probably are going to win this game because they've got so many weapons, offensively, defensively, they're pretty decent. Defensively they're not that great, but offensively they're above average. They're second in the. They're probably gonna. They might not be a. They're gonna be a wild card team because they're not winning their division at all. But yeah, in my opinion, they're definitely gonna get into the playoffs. So yeah, I'm definitely picking Tampa Bay. I hope they don't win, but it's probably gonna be Tampa Bay. All right, the next pick is the San Francisco versus the Cardinals. The 49ers. I'm very sorry if you're a 49ers fan out there. Your season has been absolutely horrible, and I do not blame you guys at all if you are mad at the world right now because y'all are an amazing team if you're all healthy. Cardinals, however, very much healthy. Now, I don't think that the Cardinals should be overlooking this game because they barely lost to the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, they were also hurt. So then again, I definitely think that the Cardinals are going to win this game because the Cardinals are a great team, and the Cardinals are a great team with all those offensive weapons. Their defense, though, it just depends on can they stop Mullins, and it's Mullins. They should be able to stop him with ease. So yeah, it should be pretty easy. Now, next game is the Dolphins versus the Raiders. This game, I didn't even do research on this, and I'm kind of regretting not doing that. The Raiders, at this point, they're third in the race for second or third in the division AFC West. Of course, the AFC West has the Chiefs, and they're the best team in the league. So there's no way they're going to win that division because they've lost way more than 2 games at this point. So yeah, in my opinion, though, the Dolphins, they're a very good team. I would say they held the Chiefs to a touchdown, but then again, they only lost to the Chiefs by a touchdown, but every team this year, I'm pretty certain, has lost to the Chiefs by a touchdown. So I don't know really who to pick on this one. I think I'm going to go with the Raiders. No, man, that's a hard pick. I think I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I'm just way more of a fan of Tua Tagovailoa, and their defense, in my opinion, can definitely stop guys like. Because their defense, it's honestly Josh Jacobs. He's a Pro Bowler this year. Josh Jacobs, Derek Carr. If Derek Carr is unable to get it off to a guy like Aguilar or Ruggs, because their D-line is very amazing, just ask Jared Goff. Just ask Jared Goff how amazing their defensive line is. He ate them a lot. They ate Jared Goff alive in that game. So in my opinion, it's definitely going to be the Dolphins because they have an amazing defense. They can strip sack. They can make running backs get down to the backfield. So yeah, in my opinion, as long as the Dolphins can hold the QB, just don't let him pass the ball, which they did pretty good, which they've been doing pretty decent this year, then I'm pretty certain the Dolphins are going to win. Now the next game that I am going to talk about is the New York Jets versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens, I hate that I have to say this, but they're getting red hot as the regular season comes to an end, which I hate when teams do that because hopefully they're going to get a wild card. They're going to get a divisional round exit or a wild card exit. But if they don't, then they might end up being that division. They might end up being an AFC Championship team. So, I mean, honestly, I'm scared about that, to be 100% honest with you. But yeah, I mean, it's a great team. They're a great team. The Giants, they are third place in the worst division in football. So, I mean, in my opinion, I definitely think that the Baltimore Ravens are going to come out with this one just because they're so great. It's like, as soon as, it's like, whenever Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson took that crap, he was like, all right, I'm done. All right, now that I've taken it, I'm going to get out of here now. So now he's starting number 4 after taking that crap. And now, going on to the next game, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons, the biggest choking team in the NFL. We can say that now because they choked out the Chargers game. So yes, in my opinion, Falcons, they're probably going to lose this one. That's not me being biased at all. Chiefs, just simply because they're probably, if they win this game, they're resting their starters. So next week they might not win it, but this week they're definitely going to win it. Because if they win this game, they get to rest their starters and get Mahomes ready for that divisional round bye. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. And yeah, so let's go on to the next game. The Chiefs, definitely going to win this one. Now, I'm watching somebody else's picks, and they're like showing clips of like each NFL team, so it's taking a little while for them to show out. Alrighty. Okay, the football team versus the Panthers. This one still has the Redskins logo. The Panthers versus the football team. In my opinion, it's probably gonna be the football team. I mean, they're gonna make the playoffs. I'm pretty certain they're gonna make the playoffs, and I don't like it that they're gonna make the playoffs, but I mean, they are, and I definitely don't think that they're gonna beat the Panthers. What, they might, who knows? Honestly, that's a hard pick, honestly, because the Panthers, they're a pretty bad team, but then again, football team's a very bad team as well, so I don't know who to pick in this one. I think I'm gonna go with the Panthers just because they're pretty bad in their division. Of course, their division is pretty stacked. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Panthers on this one because they're just not in a terrible division, because they're not absolutely garbage. Now, the next pick, New York Jets versus the Browns. The Browns, they're, in my opinion, very, very much alive in the race. If they win this game, they're probably going to be number 2 or 3 seed in the NFL. So, in the playoffs. So, in my opinion, I definitely think, it's the Jets. They did come out with the game they did come out with the victory against the Rams. Sadly, that means that they're not going to get the number 1 seed not going to get the number 1 pick unless the Jags lose, which I don't know who they're playing. I don't know who they're playing yet. So the Browns, they're probably going to come out with this one just because I really want the Steelers to be a wild card team. Next pick is the Bears versus the Jaguars. Ooh, because, see here, the Bears are on a winning streak. And I'm a UNC Tar Heels fan, and Trubisky's the starting QB. And I love that Trubisky's finally getting to a red hot start. Red hot finish. Problem is here, they're facing the Jags, and Trubisky is beating guys like they beat the Bengals, not the Bengals, they beat the team like Houston, who, they're recovering from last year's abominable explosion of Bill O'Brien. And also, Deshaun Watson, he's a Pro Bowler, so I really don't understand how they lost that one so badly. But yes, in my opinion, This one's going to be a Chicago Bears all the way, because the Bears are definitely better than the worst team in the league currently. So, on to the next pick. Bengals versus Texans. I want the Bengals. I mean, honestly, the Bengals are looking at another top 5 pick this year. And Houston Texans, they're probably going to be looking at they're probably not going to make the playoffs this year. They're like 4-12. So, in my opinion, they're an absolute garbage team. They've only won about 4 games. I'd say, in my opinion, though, it's without Joe Burrow, can this team win games? And, I mean, they proved against the Steelers. They can, in fact, win games against one of the greatest teams in the league. So, yes, in my opinion, it's probably going to be the, wow, actually. I think I'm going to go with the, Houston Texans, because, I mean, they're better than the Bengals by a lot, in my opinion. Okay, now, next game, the Colts versus the Steelers. The Steelers are playing absolutely trash. They had an amazing start. They went 11-0 in the first 12 weeks or so. In my opinion, though, they lost to the Redskins, which was absolutely garbage. I'm so surprised how they lost to the Redskins. That first week, I was like, sweet, they lost. And then they lost to the Bills, and I was like, I mean, that's predictable. I mean, the Bills, they clinched the NFC East. I mean, they're also pretty terrible. They're probably the worst division in the AFC. Let's see, NFC East? I mean, AFC East. AFC East, the Bills clinched that division, which is amazing. They're an amazing team. So I definitely don't think that the Bills are a lot better team. Then they lost to the Bengals. The Bengals? They lost to the Bengals. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I have to be a little quiet, or I'd probably be yelling right now. They lost to the Bengals. They lost to the Bengals by a touchdown at least. I don't remember how badly they lost. I wasn't watching the game. It was like a field goal to a touchdown, something like that. And they lost to that team, and I was like, okay, this team might be terrible. And honestly, the Browns, if they win the game that they're predicted to win, then the Bengals, and then if the Browns win their game, if the Browns win their game and the Steelers lose their game, then the Steelers are a wild card team. So I really want them to be a wild card team, because I know that the Chiefs can beat a team like the Browns. So I'm definitely going to go with the Colts here, because they've also been playing great football. They also played great football. They won against they beat the Texans. So yeah, they're a great team in my opinion. I mean, they both had some mistakes, but I mean, I'm definitely going with the Colts in this one. All right, next pick. Okay. Broncos versus Chargers. This is a huge game, because if Oakland wins their game, Chargers win this game, then Oakland might have a chance at second place, which, I mean, they're probably not going to make playoffs, but still, that's a huge thing. So, in my opinion, I want the Chargers to win, because, I mean, this division, the Chargers are such a great team. I want them to win. This is our division. I want them to win so badly, but they're probably not, because every game it's something different. But yeah, I'm going to say the Broncos come out with this one, just because, I mean, they're both having pretty bad troubles. I'm going to say, actually, realistically, I don't know who's going to win this one. Wow. I'm going to say the Chargers. I know, upset alert, Chargers. Because the Broncos don't have a QB. I talked about that in my last video. Chargers don't have a QB, or the Broncos don't have a QB. I'm going to go with the Chargers, because they have an amazing QB. Now, next pick, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, this game, probably going to be Philly. Because, I mean, Philly, they don't have as many injuries and stuff like that. I feel like last year was kind of like backed up, because it was like, oh my gosh, Philly has so many injuries, yet they still beat them. Yeah, this year it is going to be Philly again, because, I mean, everything went wrong for Dallas this year. So yeah, I mean, Philly, I hope they come out with this one. I want them to come out with this one. Congratulations, Philly. You might actually win a game. So yeah, Philly's probably going to win that one. And then the next game, Philly won that game, and then Philly's going to win this game. The next game, again, this YouTube video that I'm watching is like showing clips of him as he's talking. I have him muted, so he's probably talking about like who he thinks is gonna win. I'm not doing that. I don't want that video to have a chance of getting in this video so that I get copyrighted or something. So I just want the games, and I didn't really want to look them up on Google. I'm kind of lazy. Okay, Seattle versus the Rams. Okay, this game, I don't know a thing about the Rams except they just lost to the Jets. So, and they lost to the Dolphins, and yeah, you get the point. Also, Russell Wilson, great player. Russell Wilson and their team lost to the Giants and a few other teams that were absolute garbage. So I'm definitely gonna go with Russell. I'm definitely gonna go with the Seahawks, and it's just the fact that they're the Seahawks and they're probably gonna beat a team. They're probably gonna beat the Rams because I mean they lost to the Jets. Who loses to the Jets? I mean, if you watch the Seahawks versus Jets game, Seahawks beat them 40-3. Rams lose to them 20-23. So yeah, in my opinion, definitely Seahawks. Next game. Come on. Green Bay versus Tennessee. This game I am very much looking forward to. I want the Saints to win their division. I want the Saints to get the first seed. They're not because they're 11-4 or whatever the heck. They're not going to win there. But I want the Green Bay Packers to lose this game just so the Saints have a bigger chance. Because the Saints, if they start out hot and they don't have to play a bad team in the divisional round, if they don't have to play such a terrible team, in my opinion, Saints, they win this game. The Saints win their game. Green Bay loses their game. They have a chance to win it. I want them to win it, but I think, in my opinion, going off this game, it's Derrick Henry. It's Derrick Henry. That guy carries the majority of the defensive load. Did you see the Lions game? I did. It was an amazing stiff arm by Derrick Henry. So yeah, I definitely am thinking Titans probably gonna win this one. So yeah, let's go into the next pick, which is the Bills versus Patriots. Patriots, they not gonna have their first losing season since 2008. Thank God. And of course, the Bills, they're clinched the division. I want the Bills to win this one just because I want to rub it in the Patriots' face that they suck this year. So yeah, Bills, they're probably gonna win this one. All right, now is there any more? So yeah, the Bills for sure. The Bills probably gonna win it. And all right, yep, that's all the games that are on this one. So yes, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And yeah, by the way, if you have not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Subscribe. And yeah, hope you have a great day. Leave a like on this video and like that tree in the corner. Merry Christmas.